So hello guys and welcome back to the channel. It's a beautiful but very windy day today, and it is very mild. It's about 10 degrees. It's like Indian summer, isn't it? So today we're out and we're going to see why you should definitely not release your pet goldfish into a natural body of water. Now we all know the scientific reasons as to why you shouldn't do this, because they spread disease, they can create havoc on the environment and take over certain waterways. But let's have a look at the personal side of things. If this was your family pet you decided to release into the waterway. We've got some here, we've got some dead ones, we ain't got live ones. Just to clarify, very dead. I've defrosted them out of the freezer. I've probably got about 4 or 5 of these. I ordered these online. Unfortunately, they only had the small ones, so we'll see how well they do. Normally I like to fish bigger dead baits, but we'll see how we get on. Like I say, we're going to be putting these in areas where we'd expect people to release goldfish, so next to maybe supermarkets and car parks, near to where fairgrounds set up where people could likely be dropping the fish into the rivers, and probably around residential areas where people might come out of the houses and release pet goldfish. And we're going to see if our goldfish can go and make some new friends in the natural environment, or if they perish, which they will. Ah! I just want to reiterate before we get fishing, these are frozen goldfish. Now, I've had defrosting for about an hour or so. If I was to do this with a dead goldfish out of the pond or a live goldfish, that could spread pathogens or diseases to the fish in the waterway that could kill lots and lots of fish. So you've got to make sure you buy dead frozen goldfish, and I've lost that one, he's escaped, look. So we're at the side of a supermarket. We're going to go out there with this little dead goldfish, because this is probably an area where people would actually let goldfish go, next to a busy public area. Drop it into margin. I imagine this sort of slight quarter down in the margin near a supermarket would be where people would want to release a goldfish. Make friends, my goldfish. Oh, yep. He's just made a new friend. There's a bait there. There we go. The best thing about that one is you're getting me goldfish bag, look, can you see it? Woohoo! They made friends. I'm going to quickly unhook this one because I've just seen another friend turn up for the goldfish in this same swim, if you know what I mean. There we go, let's get straight back out there. I'm going to cast that same goldfish straight back out because I think he's got another friend waiting for him down there. You can tell this is a prime goldfish release area. The fish are sitting and waiting for the goldfish to turn up, and we've got another one. I don't think he's got the hook though. Whoa, look at that. Oh, what a scrap from a little jack, and he's dropped my bait off again. Might be able to get that bait back. Two friends waiting for me goldfish in this area, isn't that lovely? And there's my goldfish. Come on, goldfish. Yes! The goldfish just keeps doing the work. Now, would you believe it? I picked this area because it's a really public area. In fact, since catching those 2 fish, I've probably had at least 15 people walk past. Right next to a busy public supermarket in a car park. And there was Pike waiting there. They didn't even hesitate to take the goldfish. So they're probably used to people parking their cars here. Got something from the fair. The fair actually, it parks up over the road. That's where the fair sets up when they come down. And I imagine a lot of people go to the fair, get the goldfish, probably dump them right here. And there was 2 jack pike, didn't even hesitate to take those. Let's take a look at them both, that's awesome. Come to probably one of the busiest public areas on this river. And the goldfish banks 2 pike back to back in exactly the same swim, one after the other. Didn't even hesitate to take them. I apologise about the wind, it's a super windy day today. But that is absolutely fantastic. Hey, take a close look. Absolutely perfect identicals of one another. This one's probably ever so slightly bigger, so we'll take a close look at this one. He's slightly ever so bigger than the first one we caught. But that's a great bit of action, one after the other. Hey, let's get these back. And this is why you don't release your pet goldfish. Right, so I've just had a couple of really nice little pike from an area where the fairground actually set up, and it's next to a supermarket. So them fish were probably expecting goldfish. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move to a more residential area where there's houses all along the opposite bank where I think people might be releasing goldfish. And then we might try one more area just out into the countryside to see if we can get one more fish at the end of the session. Fingers crossed we get some more. Yes, my goldfish has made another friend. Yes! No, the reel! Fish are friends, not food. That was a little white and red one. Had a better luck today. I think the white and red ones have been working slightly better. I can't remember. There we go. I think this guy was actually trying to give the goldfish a kiss when he accidentally swam into the pike's mouth. That really is a shame. And that, my friends, is why we don't release our pet goldfish. Oh no, my wellies are letting water in. God damn it. Oh yeah, he made a friend. He definitely made a friend. This is not a bad one. It's a good sized pike actually. Oh no, he threw the goldfish, no. Whoa, that's a nice one. Covered in leeches. I have never seen so many leeches on a pike before. Definitely take a close look at this one. Damn it, someone else's wire trace has been cut off down the pike's neck. Sugar. Well, it's a pretty enjoyable session. Bit of a silly one using these goldfish to try and find pike really. Throwing them down into the margins and acting as though we're releasing a pet goldfish and seeing what happens. And it was all fun and games until now. I've just caught this pike. It's a lovely fish, lovely long pike, but the problem is somebody has left a wire trace buried in its stomach. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to leave my very expensive net pinned under the margin, and then we'll have to go home and get some cutters I think and help this pike out in about half an hour when I have chance to come back and do it. Right guys, so that brings us to the end of our session. I'm actually filming this the next day. I had to cut that session short early because what we had to do is we had to rescue a pike from the rig stuck down in his stomach. I did manage it. I've already made a video out of it. If you want to check out that video, I'm going to leave a link in the description below because that will already be up on the YouTube channel already. I wanted to get that out there really quickly. But how interesting was that? We used some frozen dead goldfish. We hit areas where I thought was likely people would be releasing goldfish, and the pike snaffled them up. I think he even managed to capture a shot underwater too, which is pretty cool. But just remember, if you decide you're going to use goldfish, which is a bit stupid because they're not really a bait that works any better than any other, I think I probably would have done just as well with sardines, but they've got to be frozen and realistically bought online, because that way you know they're not going to have any pathogens, they're going to all be dead because they're frozen, and they're not going to have any diseases. If you just go and use a live goldfish from the pet store or from your pond, you are more than likely to transfer diseases to the water and potentially kill a lot of fish. So thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. A bit of a silly one today, and I'll catch you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe.